Welcome to this new video about Forza Horizon 6, where I'm simply going to show you a bit of gameplay with the new free car of the week. It's the Tomaso Pantera GT5. I'll show it to you up close later with better lighting in the garage. Just so you know, you can unlock this car for free right now from July 16th to July 23rd, 2026. It's a festival playlist reward car. It will unlock at 20 points this week. It's very quick to do, very easy. First, you do the head-to-head, then you do the speed zone, drift zone, and danger sign, and then either the photo challenge or the treasure hunt, and you'll get your 20 points. And if you don't have multiplayer, if you don't have the Xbox subscription, well, instead of doing the head-to-head, you do the 2 seasonal championships solo here. And it's the same. You'll also get your 20 points. And you can do it, let's say, in about 25 minutes in multiplayer with the head-to-head. And if you're solo with the seasonal championships here, it takes a bit longer, but I think in 30 to 35 minutes normally, it's done and the car will be added to your garage. So this car is the Tomaso Pantera GT5. It's an Italian car that's inspired by what Ferrari and Lamborghini were doing at the time. It's really obvious, for example, with the spoiler. It's really the shape, let's say, of the spoiler and the rear of a Lamborghini Countach, for example. It's inspired by Ferrari and Lamborghini. It's also an Italian brand. However, the mechanical side is American. It's a V8 from Ford. It's a 5-liter V8 engine that produces around 310 horsepower. It's a rear-wheel drive car, and it's also a relatively light car, around 1,400 kilos. As a result, it delivers pretty nice performance. It goes from 0 to 100 in 4.5 seconds. The top speed is 260 kilometers per hour. The sound is pretty nice. I think it's a V8 sound that's a bit unique in the game, but there aren't too many other cars that sound exactly the same in the game. So yeah, it's actually pretty nice to have a V8 that sounds good on this car. And it's a car that actually was already in Forza before. We had it in the last one, Motorsport. The one that came out in 2024, if I'm not mistaken. However, it's the first time we've had it in a Forza Horizon. So that's actually pretty cool. I hope it will be like in Motorsport, where even if this car isn't great stock, after upgrades and tuning, it becomes excellent and performs at a very high level. So I hope it will be the same here, because it's true that in its stock form, the car drives more like a Lamborghini from that era than like a Ferrari from that era. It's a bit sluggish, like a Countach. You can feel it roll in corners, though it's less strange to drive than the Countach. It brakes about the same. It's a bit more dynamic, but overall it's really the same vibe. I'll show you a bit of the interior too, which is pretty nice. Here too, it gives you a Lamborghini Miura vibe, and for some things, it even reminds you a bit of Ferrari. I hope the pop-ups work. I haven't had a chance to drive this one yet. I wonder if the headlights close, or if they're always open so they're always on. Maybe we'll see the garage. Maybe we'll get the answer to that question. Anyway, stock, it's cool to drive, even if, as you might guess, since the car is in B-Class, it's not exactly a performance monster. There are still quite a few things to adjust and improve for it to really become a good car. A car that's truly dynamic to drive. Still, for cruising around, I think it's nice behind the wheel. It's a bit soft, but also a bit light at the same time, and being rear-wheel drive, I think it's a good car to slide around with. Let's say in a kind of sporty cruising mode, let's put it that way. So, it's a car you can do swaps on. Damn, there are a lot of swaps here. They really went all out. There's a lot you can do. Wow. We can make it a missile. There are definitely more swaps here than in Forza Motorsport. So there are a lot of things you can do. You can make it all-wheel drive. The pop-up headlights at the front actually close, so that's pretty cool. And you can quickly customize it. Oh yeah, that's cool. On the other hand, you can give it the other look, let's say, design of the Tomaso Pantera, which is, let's say, the classic design. Actually, not the GT5. So, you can put the aero kit on it. That's cool too, actually, what they've done there. Forza Aero Kit, which lets you adjust the downforce settings, and at the same time lets you choose either the GT5 design or the regular Tomaso design. That's pretty cool that they did that on this car. I just think it's a shame they didn't do it, let's say, for other cars in the game. So, just know that the car's stock engine, when you put twin turbos on it, goes up to over 700 horsepower for a car that, with weight reduction, will weigh around 1,100 kilos. And honestly, from the very first corner, you can feel that the car is very dynamic now. Really high performing. It grips well in the corner. It doesn't oversteer, it doesn't understeer. The car is well planted on the ground. It doesn't have any flaws, actually. I think this car is going to be a monster. Maybe not. On City, you know, it's not the kind of ride that's modern enough or extreme enough for it to really be, I think, ultra meta. Still, that gives you a car with, 700 horsepower for 1,100 kilos rear-wheel drive, which is an S2 class, almost an R class before swapping. You saw the list of swaps. There's a lot you can do for high performance and big power, so I think it's a car that will go up to R class without too much trouble. Maybe even almost to X class with all-wheel drive too. It's actually a very good base. I thought it would be mid-tier since, while it's a good car in motorsport, it's only a good car within its category. You know, in motorsport, there's kind of a BOP. All the cars only race within their own category. So that car would have only been compared, let's say, only to Ferraris or Lamborghini Countaches, things like that. It had a chance because it was in the same car category. But here, actually, even outside its category, just by comparing it to any car in the game, in S2 class for example, any brand, any era, the car is really, I think, really very good, actually. It may feel slightly twitchy at high speed, but remember, I barely made any adjustments. I just put on the Forza kit, maxed out the chip without thinking, didn't do any special tuning. For the rest of the chassis, for the tires, for the steering, or anything like that, and we actually have a car that really packs a punch. Honestly, I'm almost regretting not testing it on the Top Gear Equinox. We might not have set a great lap time, but the car would have been surprising. I think it's a car from the 60s, I don't know, that's on the road in the 80s that can actually compete, without too much trouble, with cars from the 2020s. It's actually a really, really good car. As I mentioned, we can also swap engines in this car. There are a lot of options, but I still clearly think that the most interesting engine to swap, for those who really want to make the most extreme builds, is going to be the 6.5-liter V12 engine, which comes from Lamborghini, and is an extremely powerful engine. So here, you see, we're in the R class, we got there without any problem, and we haven't even upgraded the whole engine yet. So, I think we're not going to be far from the X class still, for a car from the 80s which isn't a pure race car. It's still pretty extreme. 1,500 horsepower, 1,200 kilos. In my opinion, that car will reach insane top speeds. Well, the car still has some pretty interesting performance potential. We're in the R class. It's at 962 PI, so we're definitely dealing with a high-performance machine. So I'm going to test it on the Top Gear Equinox track. There you go, just to get an idea of the car's performance without necessarily doing a full episode on Top Gear. I think the car will actually do well on certain sections. But with the power it has, it's still a car that slides, that skids a bit. Yeah, it accelerates. Ho, ho, ho! On the other hand, it's definitely a car that skids a little bit. Because of the power, actually. Despite the four-wheel drive, the car is so light and so powerful that it still loses grip, actually. So, you really have to realize how powerful this thing is. You can very easily reach crazy speeds. So, I think we're going to be pretty comfortable on the highway, and we're going to get a pretty good time for a car from the 80s, actually. In any case, I hope you'll like this little car. I think it's cool that they went for something a bit niche. Actually, they could have put in a Ferrari or a Lamborghini from the 80s. That everyone knows, to please everyone. Otherwise, if you want to go a bit more niche but not too much, a basic Pantera. And here, they went for a GT5 version that has a few quick mods and is basically a cool car to drive. So, I think it's cool that it's both a bit niche and also mainstream because I think it's a bit of a high-performance car, which in my opinion is still going to be used quite a lot. Hope you enjoyed the car in the video. Please like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch for future streams. And use my instant gaming link which will be under this video, which lets you buy your games cheaper than elsewhere while supporting my channel. Horizon 6, for example, remember, it's almost 50 euros cheaper through my link. Don't hesitate to check it out, and follow me on Twitch where I play Forza multiplayer with you at least twice a week. We have fun together in the game. So don't hesitate to follow and drop a Prime sub on Twitch. It makes me happy and supports the channel. And listen, we're going to do a time trial. Impressive for an 80s car. I've never gotten times like that with such a light car in the game. On the other hand, you'll see maybe more towards the end of the video that we're still far from the best times we get with very high-performance cars like this, but modern ones. So here, the car is good, but you see, it still doesn't have enough downforce for it to really carry speed everywhere. That's normal. It does 2.2 in the game's GTR rating, while the Fura does 3.8. Here, we get 2.27. To give you a little idea of the lap time, it's better than a modern upgraded 286 GTB or an upgraded MC20, for example. So it's good, but it's not a totally overpowered monster either. So that's it. I'll end this video here. I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye.